everybody. We have some breaking news here. We want to bring to you live pictures here from the State House. You're looking at Governor Charlie Baker as he makes his way here to the State House for his inauguration for his second term. Today he will be sworn in around noon, and he is just making his way here at the State House, greeting folks as he gets out of the car before his ceremony in just about an hour. The governor just arrived a few moments ago. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito also just arrived. They are greeting first responders that we heard listed off a little earlier this morning who have responded to the Merrimack Valley gas explosions, Yarmouth Police Department, Weymouth Police Department. Of course, we've gone through some seriously tragic events so far this year. But yeah, Governor Baker about to be sworn in around noontime today. Our John Keller sitting with us here watching this unfold. And John, I know he's said a little bit about what he's going to talk about for in this inauguration address: education, transportation, healthcare, some of the things he's going to hit on today.
Well, you know, the pictures you're looking at now, Kate and Chris, are a nice allegory for the first Baker term. It was so crummy out this morning, right? With rain, snow in some areas, overcast skies. The skies have cleared and the sun is shining on Charlie Baker, and that's pretty much how the first term went for him. But you know what? Not to belabor the analogy, but storm clouds are gathering. There are signs that recession may be at hand, certainly turbulence overseas in economic markets and regarding foreign policy. And that complicates the task ahead for Charlie Baker in the second term. Those items you mentioned: transportation, education, more funding for health care, and of course, how much of our federal funding, which we rely on heavily for Romney Care, if you will, for our health care system, how much of that will be sustained. All of those issues come down to the bottom line, and that's money. Governor Baker, along with House Speaker DeLeo, have held the line on any broad-based new taxes in the first term that may be about to get a whole lot tougher. I know we've talked a lot about his popularity here and his approval rating here, fairly high for a Republican governor in a really Democratic state. What do you think the secret to his success has been for that, in that aspect, in his first term? Couple of things. One is, and I say this with complete respect for Governor Baker's political skills, he's been lucky. He's been lucky. First of all, today, obviously this is an important moment locally, but most eyes are on what's going on in Washington, and that's been the way it's been for the last 4 years, certainly the last 2 years since Donald Trump came to town. And he has benefited here in Massachusetts from the contrast with not just the Trump administration, but the general chaos in Washington, D.C. He's been the no-drama governor. And even when there have been bad news stories, like the state police scandal, for instance, it has tended not to stick. So as we go forward, will his luck hold up? The fact is that he is a man of considerable political skill. He's disciplined, and people like that about him. I think they will continue to like it, depending on what other kinds of events intervene. John, you and I have talked extensively in our web series that we've been doing the past few months about just how no drama, in a way, Massachusetts has been in government compared to the national level. But how does Governor Baker and the Democratic-controlled legislature move forward with some of the things that he really wants to work on over this next term? Well, he's made it clear in the first 4 years that he just wants to get stuff done. He's willing to back off. He's willing to eat crow or accept a policy he doesn't like if he gets something down the line. And that's the way the political process is supposed to work. One wild card in this deck is the new Senate, not new, she's been around for a little while now, but Karen Spilka is entering her first full session as president of the Senate. She'll be my special guest this Sunday morning at 8:30 in a special edition of our Sunday Keller at Large interview. And she has made it clear in some early interviews, she wants to see more revenue available. That brings up the T word, taxes. And that's a line that Charlie Baker has managed not to cross in the first term. Can he hold that line in the next 4 years? That's a big, outstanding question. Big if. Big if. Big mega if. All right, there we're watching Charlie Baker as he arrives here at the State House for his inauguration. That is set for about an hour from now. He is there with Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito and his family. His wife Lauren is by his side as he's taking the slow walk in
there right before his inauguration at noon today.
We will have full coverage for you coming up right here on WBZ. News at noon, special coverage of Governor Baker's inauguration. Coming up at noontime, we'll hope to see you then. Until then, have a great rest of your morning, everybody.